We were headed to India. London's shallow veneer of materialism had begun to erode our morale. What there? It's about 10 o'clock in Mumbai right now.
At night?
At night. We've got 5,000 kilometres to travel via air. No, that means 5,000 metres.
Yeah. Great.
Our journey to the east was a vision quest. Immersed in the mythic richness of India, we hope to come to know ourselves, and God's willing, to attain enlightenment. We arrived in Mumbai. By air, bus, and boat, we voyaged to Udaipur, otherwise known as the City of Dreams, to visit Pleasure Island on Lake Pichola. I found a map to Pleasure Island. Maharana Amar Singh constructed the palace in 1551 to house and entertain his many lady friends.
Pleasure fucking island.
Pleasure Island.
This wasn't the kind of excess we had expected to find. Excited from the beginning of a quest and heady from the luxury, we made sacred anointments and reverence. The road stretched ahead of us, 10,000 kilometres through the wild deserts of Rajasthan. The hedonism of the previous evening had left us in need of spiritual release. We were taught of Jainism by the son of the high priest, leaving us with the worry that our blood alcohol percentage put us in breach of several sacred doctrines. Only one mantra rang through the vast carved columns of the Ranakpur Mandir. Don't puke in the temple. Don't puke in the temple. Don't puke in the temple. Bewildered and weakened by the excesses of the previous night, we left in search of more immediate spiritual soothing, maybe even an intercession from the gods themselves.
बताओ ये भी कोई बात हुई है मतलब मुँह नहीं देख रहे हो जितनी देर सो गए उल्लार साहब
ये बेल्ट के लिए
नहीं बेल्ट खाली है
Mouse तो बेल्ट पहनते क्यों नहीं?
You won't even fucking notice.
After a brief encounter with the Putna Police Department, we were headed to the Rat Temple.
At the Rat Temple, being white.
Believed by its devotees to house the spirits of their ancestors in the form of 2,000 rats. Many come to leave offerings and pray. Our driver, Chowdhury, advised us to look for the one white rat. Catching sight of it would ensure all our wishes came true. Forever. This could only be good for the quest.
I saw the white rat, man.
It was over here last time I saw it.
My life's sorted now. The white rat has blessed me.
Maybe this is the end of the film.
It wasn't the end of the film. The blessings led us to the opulent Bikaner Palace to catch some sleep. At this decadent place we completed the fall from the spiritual path we had set out on. Our mind cast back to Pleasure Island,
Pleasure Island.
where we had first tasted the intoxicating luxuries of the East. We concluded our true path was that of gold, ivory, and bitches. Inspired, we headed into town in search of such material goods. Despite so many valuable trinkets, we found nothing that sated our growing hunger. There was only one recourse. Call upon Indra, the god of the storms, to favour our misguided quest with strong winds. His power consumed us. Was it a blessing or a curse? We continued our long and treacherous journey through the arid desert.
Cheers, geese.
Upon stumbling into a gypsy gathering, we were greeted by Jalal Khan and his band of Rajasthani folk musicians. Maybe it was the spirit vibes of the desert folk, maybe it was just the heat, but it soon became clear to us that our search for gold, ivory and bitches had allowed the shadow of materialism to fall once again over our hearts.
Chale, boys.
New day, a new fort. But unlike any that we had visited before, in that 2,500 residents lived inside the walls of the Mughal dynasty fortification. We felt completely immersed in the bustle of Jaisalmer and made friends throughout the busy town.
We're haggard. Yeah, of course.
क्या खेलते हो आप लोग?
Our eternal spirit guide, Anthony Bourdain, even appeared to us in a Bahang shop.
Let's just say it's herbal and natural. This is it. Perhaps this is the road back to the Palace of Wisdom.
Emboldened by our early successes, we elected to visit a Mughal fort in Agra. Luckily for us, the Eid celebration marking the end of Ramadan was in full swing inside the walls of the vast battlement. Here, we learned about Abul Fath Uddin Muhammad Akbar, popularly known as Akbar I, who believed in interfaith dialogue between religions of the land. This syncretic, respectful, holistic attitude inspired us. We resolved to take this old creed to the people of the city. With our humble message, we set out into the streets where we met a like-minded soul. Tikam Chand offered to take our picture with his 150-year-old camera.
This is negative.
The moment had been captured. We came to the conclusion that maybe we were better suited to the country, and that perhaps some clear air and quiet would help our own spiritual development. The mountains were calling. Hours had gone by. The relentless winding roads meant no sleep. We passed through the clouds heading for McLeodganj, home of the exiled Tibetan government, a mystical destination in the foothills of the Himalayas. The rains fell heavy and beautiful. We knew that Indra was showering his approval upon us.
That's all the colours.
It was idyllic. A feeling of resolution welled up inside of us. Never did we want to return to the sea level. The mountains had enchanted us. With our heads truly in the clouds, the only thing that could bring us back to earth was the promise of companionship. A date was made. A time was set. Here we met with our fellow countrymen in the churning seas of southwest Goa. We washed away the dust of the road, along with the sins of our former selves. In this land of such mystery and chaos, we shared a night of simple pleasures. As our vision quest finally drew to a conclusion, we pondered the thoughts. Did we truly find ourselves, or was it India that had found us? Did we forge a path of our own through the changing climes of the subcontinent, or was one laid before us like a jewelled silken carpet in a Maharaja's palace? But most profoundly we anticipated the journeys yet to come.